Michigan at Indiana. Some I tweeted out last week before these lines came out. I said I make it around Indiana minus 14. Someone DM'd me, calling. He was like, "You're a moron. This line won't be anywhere near 14." Um, well, it's at what is that at 14 and a half now?
Yeah, 14 and a half.
I make it around 14. There's nothing I can do here. I would lean Indiana if I had to play it. I mean, I'll show any value in the nine, but it's Signetti. I also think that there's like Indiana is just they are dominating these teams until the very end. And Signetti's one of the smartest coaches in the country.
Hmm.
So I think he knows that their strength of schedule isn't very good, right? So like just blowing these teams out and getting style points if they do finish 11-1, I think matters to them. Like it could end up mattering. Um, so yeah, I don't want to get in front of this Indiana train. And if you bet Michigan plus 14 and a half last week, and you bet them plus 14 and a half this week, and you're down 14 late, you might get punched in the stomach again, this time by Signetti. I think you do have a play on this game. What
I
do you
do.
like here?
Well, Indiana, first off, 8-1 against the spread on the season. Sure, that's impressive. They have the
There
largest.
will be 90% of bets on Indiana. You'll see that
Oh
tweet.
yeah, oh yeah. And but you know
And they'll
what, Stephanie?
probably cover.
It's been a couple weeks now that where the numbers have just been outrageous from a ticket and money perspective, and Signetti's just plowing. I think what's important people need to know if you think that this is the week to get in front of Indiana, 8-1 against the spread, largest margin in the country, and covering the number at 17.2 points. It's not even close what these covering numbers are. So keep that in mind. If you think you want to fade, I am not fading Indiana. I'm going to go Indiana first half. They are going to go into a bye before their huge game against Ohio State. I searched for a lot of positive Michigan takeaways after the Oregon game. I mean, Davis Warren had two touchdowns that weren't to Colston Loveland. Loveland still had 9 targets. The rushing attack was still predictable. If I was a Michigan fan, I'd be pretty depressed about Orgy, Donovan Edwards, Khalil Mullings. They're limited against an Oregon defense that should have given up a lot of rush yards, and they didn't. I think the other thing that disappeared, if you look into the box score, Michigan's number one pass rush defense didn't produce a damn thing against the Ducks offensive line. 0 sacks, 5 hurries on Gabriel. The Ducks converted 10 of 15 on third downs. Their average distance was 4.5 yards. Like Oregon just dominated this defense, and pass rush didn't matter at all. And Indiana, and when you look at the Indiana side now going up against Michigan, they dominate inside zone too. I know it's a strength of schedule of 103rd, but right now they're a 65% success rate on defense and giving opponents a negative EPA that run inside zone. That's all Michigan does. More specifically, defensive interior Tyreek Tucker and edge Mikhail Kamara are both top 25 individually in PFF grading of all defensive linemen against the rush. Like Indiana should roll here. Rourke returned 4 passing TDs, never left the pocket. He had his thumbnail surgery. I'm sure they want to keep his hands away from defenders as much as possible to Ohio State. So you're going to see if there's Justice Ellison props out there, I'd take him. 4 yards after first contact, I would take an over rushing prop on him. Is Martindale going to blitz? Is Wink going to send this heavy blitz? I don't think it's going to have an effect. Indiana's second in havoc allowed. They're 11th in pass blocking. Indiana, first half for me, going into a bye. Ohio State up after that. I just don't think it's in Signetti's best interest to be putting 50 up here. You want to cover this number 14, that's fine, but I'm just going to play it safe. I think Indiana's balls to the walls when they come out for this game.
Yeah, also, where's Michigan at mentally? Um, like they so after losing to Oregon, everyone knew they weren't going to the college football playoff, but that was the nail in the coffin, right? Their third loss. And the week after, you're going on the road to Indiana. I don't know. I mean, I could see them coming out flat here, and it's not the most well-coached team. Big coaching edge for Indiana as well.